Well, hello and welcome to Wellness by Design. Today, I'm your guest, Jane Hogan, the wellness engineer. And today I am talking about the healing power of humming. Yes, humming. I mean, I always knew that humming was kind of powerful, but when I dove into the research, I found out it was even more powerful than I thought. So, we're going to be talking about it today. And it's really interesting because I've been doing a number of posts, daily reels on social media. And this particular one I did about the healing power of humming really hit a chord with people, resonated with people, haha, no pun intended. But it really did. People were super interested in this. And so I thought I would do a podcast episode on it because I love the simple tools, right? I love the tools that are free, that are portable. You've always got them with you. Anyone can do. You can teach anyone, any age to do them. They're always my favorite. And, people don't really, I think, understand that we are, as energetic beings, we respond to frequencies. And because of that, things like music, even the frequency of our breath, creating frequencies like from humming, these kinds of frequencies, they affect us. They literally affect us right down to the cellular level. So I thought I would talk. First of all, I'll tell you about the what I've learned from the science about the healing benefits of humming, and then I'm going to share one of the most healing tones of all, and we'll have a little bit of fun with this. Plus, I got a great download for you that you can download it for free because I'm going to share the songs that also will create this particular frequency that is most healing. Okay, so stay till the end so you can get the download. All right, so let's first of all talk about the health benefits of humming. A lot of people hum naturally, right? And I think when we are humming, we just feel better. People naturally feel better. If you're humming like a happy kind of song, it's kind of hard to not feel good at the same time, right? So I think people do this naturally. Some people hum when they feel nervous. I've heard a bunch of responses to that as well. And then some people say they want to hum, but their partner doesn't want them to hum and tells them to like shh. So that's not so good. So maybe if you've got a partner or someone you live with that doesn't like your humming, maybe you could share this with them so they know that the humming that you're doing is helping you, but it could also be helping them as well because right where they're getting exposed to the frequency. Now, another question I've been asked too is what about just listening? Do you get the same benefits? And you can, but that's really more of an auditory, so you're only getting the vibration in your ear. When you hum, you can actually feel it in your body. We'll do some humming together at the end, so you can actually feel it. All right, let's talk about the benefits, the known benefits. So I've got 5 benefits for you. So the first one is humming creates vibrational resonance. When we have resonance in our body, like we've got like this frequency that's like a healing, all is well kind of frequency, and every single cell in our body will respond to that. So when we are humming, we create that resonance. And like I said, right down to the every single cell in our body is getting the message, things must be okay. Things must be okay. And then they will carry on and reproduce and pass on to the cells that are replacing them that all is good, right? So they will let go of any stress response. So we're just creating resonance. Secondly, calming the nervous system. So humming is known to activate the parasympathetic branch of the nervous system. Okay, so we've got those two states of our nervous system. We've got the sympathetic state, which is the stress state. I would call it the stress response state. And the parasympathetic, which is the relaxation state or the relaxation response of the nervous system. It always seems backwards to me that the parasympathetic is the good one, but it is. So parasympathetic is what we want. Parasympathetic is what gets activated through humming. So we've got this vagus nerve, right? That it is the branch of the parasympathetic branch of the nervous system, and it wanders down. It's called actually the vagus. The term vagus means wandering. So it's a wandering nerve. It wanders all through all of our organs, all through our torso, and then up through our throat. So we're activating it through the humming, right? And then up through, it attaches to like our ears, our eyes, and into our brain. So when we activate that, and when we increase the tone of that, we're activating the parasympathetic state of the nervous system, the relaxation response. And that's where healing happens. Healing can only happen in that response, plus all the systems of our body work well when we are in that state of the nervous system. All right, emotional. Number 3 is emotional release. Emotional release. So we naturally, right, we're expressing ourselves. So we're releasing emotion through humming. And that in itself is healing for us, right? When we hang on to emotions, not so good. We want to release emotions, express emotions, and humming is a way that we can do that. Number 4, humming improves respiratory function. Okay, so when we're humming, it's like a controlled exhalation. So you're humming on the exhale. And it's controlled, and it tends to be then longer. So this is going to help anyone with respiratory problems. It's going to help like with asthma. It helps with people with COPD. That's the it's pulmonary obstruction. Okay, so it's going to help anyone with those as well. And number 5 is that humming increases nitric oxide. So nitric oxide is produced naturally when we're breathing in and out through the nose. So just breathing through your nose will help. Of course, when we're exhaling, we're humming. The mouth is closed, so we're humming and we're exhaling through the nose. So what researchers have found is that nitric oxide is improved by 15-fold, 15 times higher when we hum compared to not humming, which is pretty amazing because I'm going to tell you about the benefits of nitric oxide in a minute. But nitric oxide, it's just a magical, we produce it naturally, but it's very healing and helpful for us. So I'll tell you about nitric oxide now. So we talked about the health benefits of humming. Now I want to talk about that magical elixir of nitric oxide that gets produced 15 times more when you're humming compared to not humming. So the benefits are, what is nitric oxide? First of all, it is when we're humming, it's sort of, there's a lot of air exchange happening then in our sinuses. And so it's creating this nitric oxide naturally. Nitric oxide is a vasodilator. So it actually makes like blood vessels open up and get bigger. And because of that, there's a whole lot of health benefits that go with that. I mean, if you get more oxygen, right? So if you're any kind of person at all, you want to have better circulation. It helps with everything. I mean, think about nitric oxide is the main ingredient in Viagra, right? Because we want to get those blood vessels open and working well. So I had Susan Bratton on my podcast a couple of months ago, and she was talking about the number one thing that anyone could do for their health and she was talking about sexual health as well, women's sexual health in particular. She mentioned taking a supplement for nitric oxide. So you could do that, but you could and produce it naturally, right? So why not produce nitric oxide naturally? So it's nitric oxide, good for cardiovascular health because obviously you're getting more blood circulating. It's better for the immune system. So it helps the body like fight off bacteria and viruses and so on. So really good for health that way. It improves cognitive function. Okay, in order to think well, we need to be getting oxygen and blood flowing up there. So nitric oxide helps with that. Improves respiratory health because it's opening up the airways, right? So if you have like a obstruction, you can't breathe very well through your nose, try humming, and that will help open up those airways so that you can breathe better through your nose. And then the more you breathe through your nose, the better you can breathe through your nose because you keep opening up those airways. You're opening up the airways and increasing blood flow there. So it's kind of like a chicken and an egg thing, right? If you aren't breathing through your nose, then the breathing through your nose gets worse because you're not producing as much nitric oxide because it only happens when you're breathing through your nose. And so it keeps on spiraling down. But when you practice breathing through your nose, and especially with humming, if you're gonna produce nitric oxide and you can do it 15 times more, why not do it with some humming? Then you're going to help open up those airways and help improve your respiratory health. And then also nitric oxide helps improve physical performance. So if you're an athlete, why not have more nitric oxide? Because again, it helps offload, it helps increase the oxygen that's getting to the cells, right? And it helps offload the carbon dioxide. So every single cell in your body is going to start producing better. It's going to be functioning at a higher level when we've got good exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide, and nitric oxide helps with that. Okay, beautiful. So now you know, I hope you're convinced that humming is going to be really helpful for you. Okay, so now you just got to hum. You just got to create a habit of humming, right? Now, maybe you might already have a habit of humming, but maybe you just want to start tying it in with things that you're doing during the day anyway. So like any habit, in the beginning, you may have to give yourself reminders. So maybe you might stick a post-it note up in the bathroom so that you can hum while you're brushing your teeth because your mouth is mostly closed and you're not doing anything else anyway. Maybe you have a little reminder before you get in the shower. You got something by your shower or maybe in your shower that reminds you to hum then. Maybe you might want to hum while you're out for a walk or driving the car. Just tie it in, doing the dishes, cooking supper. Maybe you just find something during the day where you are normally kind of not doing anything else and tie in humming to it as well. Give yourself a little reminder. So that's a great way to increase the habit of humming. A few people have been asking me, how long should I hum? Is there any minimum amount? And there really isn't a minimum amount. There certainly isn't a maximum amount. Like the more you can do, the better. But I did find one study of people with rhinosinusitis, I think it's called. So like they're blocked up here. And in that study, they said that humming for an hour a day increased nitric oxide 15 to 20 times. Okay, so a full hour a day. Now they probably didn't sit down and hum for a full hour, but throughout the day they got an hour of humming in, and through that they improved their symptoms of, might be saying it wrong, rhinosinusitis. Anyway, blocked up here in their sinuses. So there you go. In terms of pain relief, of course, anything that's helping create resonance in your body, anything that's activating the parasympathetic state, anything that's helping you feel good and offload any negative emotions, anything that's helping the cells work better, all of that is going to have a downstream effect of allowing the body to heal so that pain can be released. So if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that, I talk about some things that are kind of immediate things, specifically targeting pain, but a lot of becoming pain-free is really about creating an environment in this physical and even beyond our physical body of one that supports health, healing, and wholeness. So we can do that, right? This is one way. Humming is one way we can do that. There's a lot of other things that you can do, but all of these little things, when you put all of these things together, you can create that environment so that your body can do its healing work naturally. So isn't that a beautiful thing? Do it naturally. Now, another thing people ask me, is there a particular tone that they should hum in, or, is any kind of tone good? And I would say any kind of tone helps. But some studies did find that there was one particular frequency that is particularly good, and that is 120 hertz, which corresponds to a musical note of B. Okay. I had a singing bowl here and I thought, great, I'll use that. But the one I have is 2 octaves higher than 120 hertz. So we want the 120 hertz. So I don't have, my guitar wasn't in tune. So what I did was I looked up and found a YouTube video that's playing 120 hertz. It's going to be really, really low. So I'm going to turn this up and hopefully you can hear it. Okay. You got it? It's quite a low frequency. It's quite a low frequency. So, you might be going around going, how am I going to remember? And, it's not that fun, really, singing, just humming just one frequency. So, a great suggestion is to sing some songs that are in or hum the songs that are already in the key of B major. So find some songs, but if you want to, you can download my guide that I'll share the link in the notes. And I've got 27 songs that are in the note of B major, and as produced by the original artist. Of course, other artists may have done covers of these songs that are in different keys. So you want to make sure that you're following or you've got the one that's in the original B. So I got a whole bunch of songs, but let me see if you can guess this one. What's the one I was going to do? Can you guess it? Did you guess that it was "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston? That was it. So, and I've got 26 other ones on the list. So if you're not a Whitney Houston fan, I got some other artists there too. Got a bit of Eric Clapton, Bruno Mars, the Eagles, Ed Sheeran, Fleetwood Mac, the Beatles. Okay, so I got something probably for everyone. So it's a lot more fun if you can pick a song. And so maybe you might even play the songs. Maybe you might make a playlist of these songs and then hum along as they're playing, right? You can still be listening to the song and hum at the same time. So there you go. I'm really excited for you to have this resource. And actually, just as I think of this right now, I thought maybe I should make a playlist on Spotify of all these songs, or there's probably already a playlist on Spotify that has songs that are in the key of B major. So 120 hertz is what you're looking for, because B can be in different frequencies, right? Because it's all in cycles. Think about the musical notes, right? C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So make sure that you're finding one that's in 120 hertz. Okay, so now if you had any questions about this, I've got all of this put together in this great PDF, The Healing Power of Humming. I'll have the link in the show notes so you can go download that. And in there, I've got the benefits of humming. I've got the facts there on the nitric oxide. I've got how you can create habits, and then also all the songs there for you. So I hope you enjoy this download. Let me know what you think, and please share it with some others. Let them know it's available. And if you created a playlist or if you tried this out, I'd love to hear from you. I love hearing from people. You can send me an email at support@thewellnessengineer.com. They get to me and I answer them. So please let me know how you're doing with this, and try humming for a week. Just notice. And it's really helpful if you kind of start to keep a little bit of a record. Uh, uh, how are you feeling? Try something for a week. I love thinking of this as a little experiment of one person. And then notice after I do humming for a week, and I'm humming, for a half an hour a day or whatever it is, notice how you feel after you do that. Are you noticing that you're feeling a little bit better? I'm willing to bet that you are. And when you're feeling better, if you've got chronic pain, then that's going to lessen. I'd love to hear about that as well. Okay, my friends, so I always end with what's one baby step you can take today that's going to initiate healing in your body. Guess what I'm going to say? Pick out one of those songs. Go find a song that you can hum to in the key of B major, 120 hertz, and hum it several times a day and begin to notice how you're feeling. Okay, thank you so much for joining me, whether you're watching this on YouTube or one of my other channels, or you're listening to the podcast. I so appreciate you joining me and continuing tuning in each week and giving me the opportunity to do what's calling my soul now, and that's to share information with you about how you can become your own engineer, be your own engineer, BYOE, and initiate healing in your body. All right, have a great day, my friends. We'll talk later.